You click it and you're talking.
Oh yeah,
If
it
you
works.
click the person button, you'll have a green light here and a green light there. That's why you know you're talking on there. If you're in the middle of talking, you have to cough. You can hit this three. You for just a second. When you let go, you go back to talking. If you
Well, again, 6:02, quorum present, meeting to order, I think, for the Park Board, September 11th, 2024, 6 p.m. Haslet Community Center, 105 Main Street. With my new fancy dilly bob here. All right, there are no citizens present, so we'll skip over that. Haslet is hiring city secretary, Parks and Grounds crew leader. Please visit Employment Opportunities website to apply. Movie in the Park will be held Friday, September the 27th. The movie is Kung Fu Panda 4 at Nance Field, and there will be food truck vendors. Anyone listening at home, that is for purchase of food, not going to be free. And then the movie starts at dusk. National Night Out is Tuesday, October 1st from 6 to 8 p.m. in the Haslet Community Park, free for everyone who participates. Consent agenda. Will you open up that minutes for us real fast? It looked okay to me. Anybody have any objections to that agenda? Oh. And then the financial statement.
Hey Steve, can you increase the font size?
Oh. For our old eyes. Anything big we should note on there, Katrina? No changes. Anybody want a consent agenda motion those for me? Or individually, whatever fits your heart's desire. Yeah, will you scroll right to the bottom of that? Yeah.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Stephanie?
And the financial report.
She said consent agenda.
And,
Yeah. Any seconds?
I'll second.
All in favor? None opposed? Matt? Matt Kyle. MK. Or not. Okay, discuss, consider, and act on selection of event offerings for Christmas in the Park, which is December the 7th. It is always the first Saturday of the month. I feel like Dana might have maybe had something to show us.
But not decorations yet, that's I don't.
Oh, not decorations. Oh, events, like activities. We have the train, we have the bounce house,
Okay, yes.
we have axe throwing.
Okay, we have Santa, we have the snow slide and the snow area, we have the DJ, we have real acts, we have Euro Bungee, the 16-foot Christmas slide, the kids train ride #1, coast-to-coast entertainment with the stilt walkers, hay bales, security officers, and train #2.
Didn't we also vote on the
Petting zoo?
petting zoo? Noah's Ark or something?
You are correct, yes, and that is in my pile of papers. Petting zoo, and then the couple things I have here are, face painting. Face painting. The company that's been doing it for most of the time quote us $1,000. She's at $125 an hour for 2 artists for 4 hours, so that's $1,000. And then Dana was kind enough to get a second quote from Let's Jump Rental, $1,096 for 2 face painters for 4 hours.
I've also contacted the high school, and the art department is talking to some of the students to see if they would volunteer to do it. But I haven't heard back from them on a confirmation or any kind of a price, if any.
We've used the Let's Jump at our house, and it's like amazing what they can do, like phenomenal work. So just word for wise.
Yeah, so we've had face painters before, and I think one of the reasons we stopped doing it was because we thought it was too expensive. And I had called like 3 or 4 people, and I feel like last year, the year before, it was a little bit more than that. And I was like, do we really want that? And we kind of decided that's kind of a lot, because some of the vendors will set up face painting and charge for it. But when we've had it and when we've paid for it, and if it is truly something for the community, the line is always very long. And with the exception of my own children that don't like their face painted, every other child I've ever met does. And I will say, when my son was little, he would let us like paint his arm. So there's ways to, like I think there's something for every kid that really wanted something. I think it'd be fun to bring it back and try.
Does it fit within the budget?
Yeah.
Okay.
What was the other one? You said the Let's Jump one was the 1096 and the 10 whatever.
The other one are the same face painters we've had for years and years, and it's $1,000.
So my question is how do we even know this? Because it'd be really cool, of course, if some high school students would do that for us, but also maybe we should have, I don't know.
Can't speak for all of it, but I'm pretty sure this date with our original one, if we don't confirm,
They are gone, right?
yeah, she had other stuff already on the books, but she's holding this pending this meeting, so I feel like if we don't, I don't know
remember
about the
them-
other one, how booked they are, but
This is my question. I remember them being slow. like very slow. And I don't know if all face painters are slow or just these ladies are slow because they do a good job. I mean, I don't know.
I don't
Like
know.
I said, my kids aren't really into it. So did you feel like when you've seen them before, they're fast?
I mean, I didn't feel like they were slow, but we had them at our house, but we had.
But there weren't like 300 people there, right?
Oh, no, we had like 50.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was like, let me see.
I think we should try a new company because I agree, the ones that we've had in the past were super, super slow.
They're good. It's not that they're not good. And if we don't like the new company, we can go back to the old company. They're the same price.
On the other hand, I think it'd be a great opportunity to give high school kids
Also.
But
an opportunity to use their skills.
But if the high school students don't come through and then we miss our chance to book the other guys, do you see where I'm at?
That's the big
Or,
thing.
yes, and the high school kids just don't show up sometimes.
Yeah, I
So
agree.
just a thought for future events.
I agree.
That we may have one or two show up.
Maybe we could try, maybe we could trial it where like we could ask the Let's Jump people if high school students did volunteer. Or if we could get them to volunteer for something like National Night Out. And then like, you know how we normally sponsor a booth as a park board? If we sponsored the paint for them, the face paint.
Well, I've already paid somebody for National Night Out.
No, but I'm just saying
Fine.
like, if something like that where we just
Yeah.
had another event and we could try it, you know, even
Yeah.
like,
I agree. though,
Easter
that
or
They're
something.
just not all that reliable. That's why.
that way if they
there's a
show up, great. If they
contract.
don't, we've got some face paint and I can draw a heart.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's it.
And also, there's a skill level, like how much painting, or do you just want somebody to draw a heart?
Right.
You know?
If all else fails, I can draw a heart
Yeah.
and a star and a rainbow with a cloud. And that's it. That's it. That's all I can do. So it sounds like we kind of like to try the other Let's Jump people, since we have someone who's seen their work and we have a quote from them.
I
And
mean,
that's,
we've used that company for other stuff in the past. I can't remember if we've ever used them for face painting, but we've definitely hired them before.
I'd like to
So
make
why
them,
don't we use them, and then on a smaller event, because Christmas is the biggest one,
Yeah.
we'll try like the high
something
school
else.
thing.
Yeah.
okay. I'd like to make a motion that we hire the Let's Jump for $1,096 for Christmas in the park.
A second.
Second was,
Stephanie,
thank you.
all in favor? None opposed?
The next item that I have in front of me are cookies for cookie decorating. So I actually have 3 different quotes, and I'll just start with this one from Thoughtful Creations. $3 a kit, includes a cookie, icing, and sprinkles, all packaged up. 300, that's what, 900, somebody do the math. This is the second quote, and this is from Creative Bakery. And they're 3-inch cookies each in that shape. And then we would supply our own icing and sprinkles, and they sell icing packets on Amazon, I checked to see. So we could do it that way.
Do you know how much the
Do they
icing
come in
packets were?
do they come in a little bag?
Yeah, they're individual.
Okay.
I didn't save the link, but it was reasonable, you know, I don't know. I think you got 200 packets in a box. And the last one is probably a little higher, and this is mail ordering from somewhere called One Bites, something bakery, and they are $31, including shipping for a dozen. And that is individually wrapped.
$275 or something.
Hey, did you mention Thoughtful Creations that I sent
Yeah,
you?
that was the first one that you got.
Okay. They
Which-
had 3 different options on that. And the kits were if they wrapped each kid, you know, a kit, 1 kid each. It was 1 cookie with icing and a container of sprinkles, and that was $3 a kit if it was wrapped up. Now, if they don't wrap it together, then it's $2.50 a kit, but it still includes 1 cookie, 1 deal of icing, 1 container of sprinkles. Or you can just do cookies for $1.50 each. And then, you know, we would go to Walmart or whatever and buy the icing and the
still bag 'em up
sprinkles.
and hand them out individually probably, so.
So I don't know if you have to do the icing and sprinkles individually, or can they just take it off the table like we used to?
You know, I talked to the health department. They're recommending that you hand it to them, then they can go sit at the table, and then it's on them. Because if you got multiple bottles of icing you're passing around, it's not very sanitary. So I think no matter what we do, we're gonna probably bag them up and hand kids one. And you can go sit at that table, and here's your paper plate or whatever. But it's, yeah, I don't think we're gonna just do the,
Can't just put them out on the table like we used to.
the health department does not smile on that, I guess I'll say. You know, I don't know, we had a long conversation.
Is this something you just put on a table and they help themselves, or does somebody have
Well, you're
to?
gonna hand each kid their stuff, then they can go sit at the table and do it, but you're not gonna share, you know, bottles of icing or sprinkles among little hands.
Or-
Everybody would have their hands on their own thing.
Are any of the companies willing to come hand them out?
No.
No?
Not for that money, more.
Yeah.
But like if we bought 300 of those packets, 300, as you know, we're gonna run out pretty quick, but that's $900. So it's up to y'all, I mean.
They
how
wouldn't-
much-
They
How
won't
generous
last,
do you
they
want
won't
to be?
last more than a couple hours.
They won't probably even last 2 hours, I don't know. I don't know, we haven't done it in a long time.
But I don't know what the size of cookie, I didn't ask the size. You mentioned one had 3-inch cookies. I don't know how big these cookies are.
She said those are 3-inch cookies. Now, she would
Yeah,
do
she got a
4-inch
quote.
cookies for $3.50 each, and 3-inch cookies for $2 each.
And what about the other one?
And then the last one was $31 a dozen.
I'm sorry, the first one, what was the size of the first one?
Well, she didn't really say.
Oh, okay. And I don't mean to be rude here, but if we're gonna hand out a cookie and a packet of icing and a packet of sprinkles, why can't we just go to Walmart and pay 50 cents for a cookie and then hand them the icing?
I don't think that we can't do that, but
Like you could just buy plain sugar cookies from Walmart
probably.
and then buy the individual, like if we're gonna buy it as a kit and then buy the sprinkles on Amazon and the icing on Amazon.
Yeah.
We'd have to separate all the icing and the sprinkles. They wouldn't come in little.
Yeah, somebody's got to package
No, they
it
come
all.
in packets.
No, the icing does.
The icing comes in packets.
It does. It comes in individual little packets like you would get at, I don't know, I can't picture it, you know.
So let me get this straight in my mind. We're buying prepackaged cookies, whether it's for them to take and build, and we're just letting them come up and take them.
Right,
They'll last about 20 minutes.
right.
Yeah.
Isn't there
So it used
something
to
better
be-
we can spend the $900 on?
It used to be that there was a really nice lady that would bake us cookies, and we would buy bottles of icing and sprinkles, and we'd put them out on a table, and somebody would stand there, and we'd hand them a cookie, and they'd decorate with the stuff, and then they'd take their cookie and eat it. But because that's not as clean as it probably ever was,
And now we have to.
we have to individually package them.
Well, I understand that, but
And
I'm
when we
saying.
did it the assembly line way, it was a hit. Kids like to come, you know, you think
Sure.
of cookie decorating at Christmas. This,
But I'm not sure that this is gonna be.
well, and the pre-packet thing makes me think of, this is a freebie for me to take home. It's not something I'm gonna do in the park.
Exactly, that's what I mean. If we
It's
have
not a
300
park
out there, then we've
activity.
gone 20 minutes. People
Right.
will walk in with their jackets full of
Right.
cookies.
I'd rather like get hot chocolate.
I mean, I can't disagree, but I just think we got to be very cautious to help the park. You know, we're not a restaurant.
Yeah, I just think that with the conditions the way they are now, since COVID and everything else, that we just tell people we used to do it, but it's just not sanitary enough to share that stuff with
Make
people
cookies
in
with
the
your
open.
grandma.
Right.
I mean, I tried to find another city doing it, and I think I only ran across one, and that's what they were doing is,
The individual.
no, nobody's really embracing that anymore.
I say spend it on something else.
I say we can the cookies.
Or just buy plain cookies if we want to pass out cookies and just pass out the cookies. And then they're a quarter of a cookie.
But see, like, if you take one package and open it up, or you use a tong,
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah.
things, and like a permit from the city, I mean, like.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, then somebody needs a food handling permit from Tarrant County, and that, it just defeats the purpose.
Yeah, true.
Okay, moving on.
Does anyone have any other ideas of an activity that's not cookie making that someone could participate in?
I mean, I think we have a lot
Snowman
going
building.
on, you know?
I think we got plenty of stuff.
Did the library used to have a crafts room? Did they don't do that for us anymore? It wasn't very popular, I don't think.
Well, remember they tried to have it in the park with us, and then they wanted to have it in the library, and then they said nobody came because it was too far away, and, yeah.
And then it
I don't know.
fell
And
off.
now we have a different library director, and, yeah.
Okay. So I think we can think of other things, and if someone thinks of something else, you can bring it up next month. Okay. Anything else we need to decide on today?
Yeah, I don't have any other quotes in front of me, and I think we covered all the big stuff, all of our usual stuff.
Did we get, Mrs. Claus brought those mini candy canes last year, which were kind of a hit. Did we order some of those for this
No,
year?
It's only September we came in.
Okay.
I'll put that.
That way she doesn't have to bring them and we have them there.
And then there is,
Or she can hand them out still, but
yeah, you're right, let's order some. The T-shirts,
oh, the t-shirt.
whatever y'all want to do with that.
Do we have any idea how many we sold last year? I thought they were for sale last year.
We sell about 12.
Yeah.
And then we give them out to the vendors and then all of the park board members. I mean, I love
Did you
mine.
date them last year?
Yeah, we date them.
Maybe we should not date them.
Then I don't think it has the commemorative effect.
Well, you put the sponsor names on the back and they're never the same.
Yeah, that's true.
They're
But maybe
close.
she's right. Maybe we just get our little Christmas in the Park
Christmas in the
logo
Park logo.
on a
We
white
don't-
t-shirt. And if you want a shirt, you can have one. And if you don't, is it already on our vendor sheet though to come with a shirt?
Yep.
And then you can use it the following year too.
Well, maybe I do. Let me see what it says on the vendor sheet. Oh, you mean on the sponsor?
On the sponsor. Yeah, like, sorry.
I've got it here somewhere.
If we want to do them, don't put a date. You can change the color each year, like, well, red, green, white. If we need to add more,
I think the tricky part is that what she's saying is on the back of the shirts, we put whoever.
we just don't put it.
It's
Then we
part
have
of
to, we have to change the sponsor forms in time for next year. We just have to make a note of that.
I do not have one in front of me.
Because if the sponsors have paid $5,000 and their form says they get, a 20 by 30 spot and 4 t-shirts, and then we don't give them any t-shirts,
No, I'm for the t-shirts, but let's just not date them and not.
just don't put their name on
Put
it.
their name on it. They don't need their own logo on the shirt. It says how it has that stuff.
I just don't know how much they,
Pam, why don't, like, the people working it wear the shirt? So they're still getting advertised, but in hindsight, they probably figure out that there's not gonna be much shirts sold. But
Sure.
if they're still being advertised, like all of us, all the workers, like, make that a change where, like, even the mayor can step out of his suit and maybe wear it. And so it's getting their business. Sorry,
you can put it on over a shirt, I don't care.
I'm just throwing that out there. But in general, they're still getting advertisement, but let's get real, like, they would be like, why are you spending the money if it's not being sold? Like, they're smart business people to know that.
Can we just order plain ones and not put the sponsors on it? Oh, okay.
What's the point of ordering them if we're not gonna do the sponsors? I'm just curious for y'all.
Ask me again.
What's the point of ordering them if we're not gonna do the sponsors on the back? Is it just for y'all to order them?
So I think the shirts were around before I ever joined the park board. And so I just know that there's different colors, different years, different sponsors. It's just sort of like a Wild West Fest tended to be a bigger, people really wanted those shirts. I don't know why, it only happened half of the time, but it was a real big thing that I know people, yeah, like they just kept them in order. People who lived in Haslet for a long time, they had a commemorative, Wild West shirt. I don't know that I've heard as many people say that about the Christmas one. I personally have every Christmas shirt since I've been a park board member because I love Christmas and I like the shirt. But that's just me. I don't need us to buy shirts for me.
But if we do that, just buy shirts for everybody that wants one on the board. Like, don't spend extra money on shirts that are just sitting here and not selling from the beginning.
They're paying for a spot on the back of the shirt.
Okay,
On your screen up
Well,
there.
there you go.
all right.
Hey,
Okay.
I'd like to
Can we
ask
just order
Katrina,
50?
because Katrina deals with this more than any of us. Do you get very many requests for T-shirts?
You mean
correct?
You know, the seniors on Thursday always buy a few, but, you know, I mean, we sell a few, but not a lot. I mean, we never
Can we
break
just,
even.
I mean, would it be okay, instead of spending $900 on cookies, just spend $900 on 50 shirts?
That's what I was thinking. Use that money for that.
Like, we're not gonna use the cookies, at least we can give our sponsors back their t-shirts. Those of us that are working that day can wear it. And then,
And then I think next year we
and then
need to
next year we can
reconsider-
work on taking that off of
Yes.
it and kind of get feedback from the actual sponsors we get. Hey, is the t-shirt really a make it or break it thing for you, or is there something else we could do?
I can tell you that FedEx last year loved them. He shipped them all over the country to FedEx people.
The
but-
t-shirts?
The t-shirts, they were a sponsor. But I mean, I
Oh,
don't,
the FedEx company shipped the
Yeah.
shirts to people. Oh, I see.
but I mean, so far they're not a sponsor yet this year, but I expect they probably will be.
Have you been taking sponsorship money?
I haven't gotten much for Christmas yet. I think the only one I have is medical.
And I'll say, if you've already taken money, we almost have to do this.
Yeah, this has been
The
published
t-shirts.
for months and months and months. I don't think you
And
have a
then
choice
next
this
year, we make the decision before
Right.
you send out the, you know.
How many sponsor t-shirts did we give away last year?
Couldn't tell you without looking at last year. I don't have last year.
I mean, people who spent money, like on, you know, if they were a deck the hall level, does it say how many shirts come with it? Includes 5 free shirts, 6 free shirts. Have we ever had a Peace on Earth? What was, so Medical City, do you know what level they are?
1,000.
They're Silent Night level, so we have to buy at least 4 shirts.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you had probably 8 sponsors, let's just say, but
'Kay.
all of them weren't $1,000 sponsors.
So we need 50 shirts, easy.
Easy.
Don't we normally
prob-
buy like 150?
The problem comes when you
I
have to
think we brought
have
about
particular
120
sizes.
last year. We did cut it down.
Yeah, because we
Yeah.
reduced it last year,
Yeah, we did.
and it was less than $1,000, I thought.
Do we have time to explore other quotes? Because I know they were pricey last year.
Yeah.
Well, if you want long sleeve, that's where we got into, you know, they're a little more.
Listen, my gray long sleeve is my favorite shirt. I'm not even gonna lie. I wear it when it's not Christmas. Would we get green short sleeve last year? I think we got green short sleeve. And I've never worn that since that day either. Mm-hmm. I wear my red one and I wear my gray long sleeves. I've never worn the short sleeve one again. I know that we're not buying shirts for me. I don't mean it like that, but y'all get what I'm saying. And I know there was somebody who posted on Facebook after we ordered the short sleeve that they really wanted long sleeve red. And I was like, oh great, the one person that wants to buy a shirt, we didn't even buy the one that he wants. Last year we spent 23. City Service.
So how many shirts are we considering?
I feel like we got, okay, so long sleeve shirts were 2,135, the other one was 1,106. And we ended up getting in 23, which was last year. I don't know which one we got, I didn't circle it, I just wrote out the number. It looks like they're about $15 a shirt.
So let's just order 50.
Yeah, like 50 minimum. I mean maximum, sorry. You knew it.
Is there a minimum amount of shirts you have to buy? Or does the company already have our logo, so it's easier?
Yeah, I don't think it should be a no, because we could probably buy a few. So how many did we have left? I don't think that's a problem.
I think we did 120. I feel like we did 120.
They did 120 and they sold 12.
Yeah,
I think we sold more than 12.
we did. I was just being silly.
Maybe like,
That was a silly made-up number in my head, yeah.
I mean, some years that was probably.
Well, we had them one year, and I felt like a lot of people were buying them. But I thought it was like the long sleeve red one from 4 years ago. And then the next year we had like long sleeve gray. Nobody bought any.
So why don't we just,
People came up and asked,
Yes.
but then when you told them you had to buy them, they were like, oh, never mind.
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, why don't we just get 50 of the long sleeves reds? I'm okay with that. See what happens this year, and then next year,
And then next year, roll with it.
I make a
it could be
motion,
less.
50 red Christmas shirts.
50 times 15.
And I will second that.
Hold on, we got to give it a dollar amount. We'll just say 8. We'll just say 800. Okay, there's a motion here, Katrina. Stephanie motioned for 50 red long sleeve shirts for up to the amount of $800, and Serge seconded that. So 50 long sleeve red shirts up to $800.
Great.
Motioned and seconded, all in favor? None opposed? And we'll just let you pick large and extra large and medium, how's that? No kid sizes, no kids. There's no kid sponsor. Yeah, mm-mm.
Find out if my brother wants to order some, so, 'cause he gets big size.
Oh, yeah, and then we can add them on. Okay. Anything else?
Y'all have something. We have another item down the list for Christmas decor and repair and maintenance, so we can save that. Unless y'all have something else for the event, I don't have it.
No, we can keep Christmasing.
You don't let that lady go?
Oh, sure. Okay. Up to 800. Okay. Discuss, consider, and act to select to make recommendations regarding the purchase of new playground equipment for Gamble Park Fall Zone. And 6B is the Lee Park and Play.
And
thing.
I believe Sean is online.
Yeah, I see Sean, I think, and he could unmute last time, so hopefully he can do the same thing. Can you open that PDF for us, please? Sean, feel free to take over if you'd like. Okay, Sean, please hold. We feel like you're moving, but we can't hear it.
All right, Sean, can you try to talk again?
That little thing at the top, Stephen, where it says everyone, does that change anything? Oh, I thought maybe it was the audio. Hey, Sean, we're going to try to call you here and just put you on speakerphone so that some of us can at least hear you.
Okay. Technology is great until it isn't. So, yeah, so essentially we revise, here, let me mute this on mine so we're not getting feedback. But essentially we revised the design to include the 2-bay swing set with the Mommy and Me generation swing, the spinner with the molded in ADA seats, and neck for the Bumblebee. So we were able to get it all in there, and thank you guys so much for the feedback.
So 65, 545 was your ending.
Correct.
I did get my Bumblebee.
I got your Bumblebee, yes. He barely fits in there, but we made an extra site visit just to confirm, and everything fits just fine.
Okay. Is there another picture after that one? I think there's another one. Maybe one more. There we go. So it has the 2 regular swings, the generational swing, the bucket swing, the sit-on spinny thing, and then the Bumblebee. How many people fit on that Bumblebee?
Bumblebee is appropriate for 2 at one time.
And is there a weight limit, like an adult and a kid, or is it just for kids?
It's 350 pounds is the weight limit.
And then that spinny thing, is there a weight limit on that?
I don't believe so. No, it's made to pile on.
Okay.
So it's pretty stout. And that is made for intergenerational play too, so we fully expect, parents to be riding as well.
And you said that one can come with straps, is that correct?
It does, yes. It comes with 2 sets of straps.
I'm just seeing this for the first time. On the outside of that, there's like a little gray ledge thingy. Can someone stand on that?
So that's just representing the curb that's already in place.
Oh, okay.
Just
That was like
showing
an extra
that
standing
curb will
spot.
be the top of your elevation, so
you're
your
surfacing
and curb will be at the same height.
Do we get him? Okay, I'm gonna take the phone off. We got you on the other one. Okay,
Okay,
good.
let's see. Did we get it figured out?
Yes, so they're Stephen got the speaker working, so we cut the phone call and just let you speak so that it's recorded better.
Awesome.
Is there another picture, Stephen, or is that the last one? Oh, just a different angle, okay.
And of course, we can
The
change
price.
any colors as you'd like to see fit.
And then we go to the first page of the price one? Okay. Okay. So this will age 2 to 12, up to 20 kids at a time. Age 2 to 12. Well, actually, I guess it's 2 to adult, but I get it. 2 to 12, up to 20 kids. Installation, port and play. Okay. Okay. Anyone have any questions for Sean while he's there? Okay. Thank you, Sean.
Perfect, thanks y'all.
And then we have one from Werlix, I believe, next. So that's 85,968. And the port and play is 55 on that one, which is about the same. 6-inch stone, 1 2-bay swing set. Okay, so I'm just gonna read this one because we don't have a representative, but they did send us an estimate here. So we have a two-bay swing set that has an 8-foot beam, that has 2 belt seats and 1 friendship swing and 1 Revy wheel spinner. And that's the thing you stand on. And then the Digi-Ride Butterfly would be similar to like, just like a Bobby toy. Installation. I'm not sure what the stone is. What, does anyone remember? Did they say that was to bring it up to the right level, right?
What is it?
She said something about if they put the 6-inch stone underneath it, it would bring the pour and play up to level with the curb. That's how I remember that. That's what I remember, but I don't know. But I was really into it, so maybe I was over listening. Okay, so no, that's not the right one. So this one's 85,000. So I'm just gonna point out that the port in place stuff is really what we're buying here. We're just replacing the swings while we're at it. And for the Lee Park and Play, it was 53,000, and for this Whirlix, it's 55,000. So the excess in cost is from the things we're adding to it. So, okay. And then does that one have pictures? Oh, there we go. So that's more of like a sit and spin for 3 big people. You what?
I saw over.
Okay, and then that's the butterfly bobble rider. Does that say how many people can fit on there? That's the sit and spin. I'm calling it a sit and spin. Y'all use sit and spins, right? Am I old? Where you sit on the thing and spin it around?
That looks like a single seater.
And then that's the swing that seats the 2 people. Okay, so I actually have seen the Whirlix swing in real life. It's down at that Dream Park in Fort Worth, if y'all have ever been. It's ginormous. It's like a big, like literally it's a seat. It's almost like a lounge chair, and it's really big. They're fun, but you're not gonna hold on to your baby. Like, it's for bigger kids. Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah.
one kid sits here, one kid sits here. I always see, like when I think of the mommy and me, I think of when my babies were little and I could sit with them and still hold on to them and swing with them. That's how I pictured it, but.
And then we saw a couple like that.
Yeah.
So is our budget 75,000? And they're, yeah, it's over budget, so let's just can it.
All right, easy enough. I don't love it more than the other one, so we'll go to the next one. Okay, can we see the next one? This is gonna be Compan. And we have our Compan lady here with us. Okay, so this one has well, I guess we can always change the swings, but we have the bucket swings or the belt swings. And then tell me what that thing on the end is, because I can't see it very well in that picture.
Okay, we did make some really intentional changes.
Okay.
And I'd love to talk through it with you just so you understand.
Yeah, is there a microphone there?
Here, I've got one here.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so we did change because the use zones around these pieces of equipment are really large. And so in order to accommodate them, we had to drop the height of the swing bay from 8 foot to 7 foot. But when you do that on any structure, that's going to limit the type of seat that can then go into that swing bay and be compliant. So our options were a little bit more limited. We could have a belt seat, we could have a baby swing, we could have what is there, a toddler swing. And the toddler swing is made of the same material as the belt swing. It's a high pressure laminate seat. It has wood that's covered with rubber. It's very, very strong and very dense. Now, it has got a wider base, and then it has a little carve out in the center for little legs to be there. It's got 4 chains. A toddler can sit in that with more stability than they can in a belt seat, and they can self-propel. It's designed for ages 1 and up, and so, you know, your 12-year-old could sit on it. The weight capacity is such that it's going to handle an older child, but it does accommodate. Yeah. Oh, it's the middle one. It's the middle one. Yeah. So that was, and then, so just to cover all the bases, we got the infant swing, we've got a traditional belt swing, and then we included the toddler swing as the only other option that can be compliant when we lower the height of the structure. So that answers that question. Sorry.
And then your bobble rider type of thing here.
Okay. That's a Springer. It's a double-seated Springer. It holds 2 children, very similar to the Bumblebee, in that it's designed for ages 2 and up, and it is going to hold anywhere from 350 to 500 pounds, roughly similar to your Bumblebee.
You know that one, Serge?
And it's made with HDP.
And then I was noticing on your spinner dealie, the wheelchair can actually roll onto that.
It is, this is a universal carousel, and it is designed to be installed flush with your universal surfacing, which is turf or your ported place. And it is absolutely, it's considered all abilities accessible. You can roll a wheelchair onto it. You can have active, your older members of your community feel more stable on it. You can have a stroller, roll a stroller onto it. The mechanisms underneath, the bearings underneath have sort of a governor installation around the bearings to sort of make it so that, and for, if you're familiar with the terminology, all it does is manage the speed. We are not spinning out of control on this. One of my colleagues has his 2-year-old on it and spun it as hard as he could, and she was completely fine. It's gauged in that regard. Yeah, and so we love that design. It's there isn't the steel plate on it. We do put an HD plate on, or an HD covering on it, because of the heat in Texas. We're not going to put a metal covering on a carousel. And this is a high-ticket item for sure. But if we're going to take the spinny thing out of the park that has such high play value, which is and replace it with something that is going to have the greatest play value, hold the greatest number of children, and have the largest appeal, we felt it was important to replace it with something that's going to be really well made and stand the test of time and be accessible to everyone as well. So that was the intention behind the design. I reached out to James Tucker because I wanted to get his thumbs up on what it would mean to incorporate this piece. There is, if you look at the design, if you were to go through a little further, you'll see the 2D site plan and then further into our renderings that we did have to cut out the park bench concrete piece. He said that that would be fine, and it's not going to be a big deal to do that and to be placed on the other side of the park. And that way your port in place can still be flush with the curb and still be compliant. So it was a little bit of a step to do that, but I did want to speak to him to make sure that he would give me the thumbs up if I were to present that to you in that fashion, because he's the one that has to do all of this in the first place.
What's the maintenance requirements for that? You mentioned it has bearings in it?
Zero maintenance. Sir.
Zero maintenance.
Zero
It's all,
maintenance.
never has to be lubed or, okay.
Does it fill up with rainwater at all?
No, absolutely not. It is completely enclosed.
So when I looked at that picture, I saw pinch factor. So my kids are going to lay on their belly and stick their finger in that hole, and someone's going to spin them, and they're going to lose their finger. In my brain, I don't know if that's what it looks like in real life.
We've never had that happen, ever.
You don't work in the pediatric urgent care.
No, I don't. But I mean, believe me, we'd be liable and we'd be held accountable if that was something that was happening. We have this particular universal carousel installed at Hoya Park in Farmers Branch, if anyone's familiar with that. That park has thousands of people come through in a month, and there's been no injuries, there's been no issues. We have them installed all over the world. Compound, we promote this because it is such an inclusive piece of equipment. Yeah.
What swings, can we go back to, can we see the price on that one?
The whole 70.
It's 78.
And then what's, just because I'm comparing my own apples here, what's the cost of just the port in place part? Or like a breakdown?
Yeah, it'll be on there. You know what, I'll pass it to you, Sarah.
Can you go up one? Sorry. So these are the swings we're ending up with. 2 bucket seats, 1 traditional belt seat, and then that toddler seat.
Correct.
Okay.
Can I ask a question
I
real
feel like
quick?
that's, I feel
So we
like that's too
lost-
many buckets.
Yeah, it's too many buckets. Because that's like toddler, 1 kid. That is our baby or park, I guess, but,
Place, dirt place provider, it's 55.
okay, so it's the same. It's okay, thanks.
So I have a question real quick. And I was thinking the same way with, about the spinning thing there, the safety concern, the pitch factor and all that, because that's the first thing I saw. Do you guys have a safety plate that you can add to that? Meaning if you put a ring around that so that it eliminates that gap, is there such a thing?
Not to my,
Yeah, to prevent the kid. That was my first thing I thought. Someone's gonna put their fingers in there.
you know, we're really sort of over cautious about pinch
That one.
points. It
Yeah.
would never pass CPSI inspection if it was an actual pinch point. I haven't gone down my nose to it and tried to put my fingers through there, but I think that it wouldn't be ever allowed to be installed if it were actually
No, correct, I
Sure,
understand
sure.
that, yeah.
issue. I can certainly have.
I was just kind of curious more than anything else.
My child had, my children have been on one of these with the on it, and there was no issue. Like, we're sitting here talking about them being hurt, like, we can get hurt on the
Of course, yeah.
like,
Yeah.
in general, I think.
Company would produce it if it's an issue. Why would you set yourself up for a lawsuit?
That's why I said I don't know that that's true. I just, when I saw it, that's what my brain thought.
No, and you're thinking with a medical provider. I understand that.
So I'm going to tell you what I'm sad about. We lost the double rider swing, and that's because of the height, correct?
Yeah.
Is Sean still there? How, is yours also 7 foot? Is the other one 7 foot? Did it say?
Oh, we were able to get it in at 8 foot.
8 foot, okay.
Yes.
His only has 3? Okay, can I go back and see the other? Sorry, Sean.
All good.
I think it had 4. Yeah, it has 4. Has the,
see the one that's on the far right.
that's the bucket. It's a bucket, a double, like a mom and me, and then 2 belts. I think that's. And then that thing. They had one of those, like, it was blue in Watauga, that kind of looked like that, but it was clunkier. And it seemed kind of like clunky. I don't know. But you can still fit a lot of people on there, so.
Speaking out loud, I like this swing configuration best.
I like this swing too, because it gives us all the things we wanted. It gives us the double rider, the baby rider, and then it still lets the big kids be able to swing.
But I do like the other
Spinny thing.
spinner better.
Y'all can't like share, can you?
Some kids may not be able to, or may have a hard time getting out of a wheelchair to get into something like this.
So
So
the
it's-
wheelchair can ride on to
It's a height issue why you can't have these swings?
I don't know if there's a difference in his swing or not, but it has a lot to do with the number of people that can ride on the swing as to how that fits and increases the use zone.
Can we get a so we can't do a double rider in your setup?
because of the 7 feet.
Right. I would have to raise the height of the swing's frame in order to accommodate a seat and the safety zone necessary to accommodate a seat that holds 2 people. And that's not me, that's totally CPSI.
Other company have it at 8, like,
Can you, does that say here what the fall zone is for, because I know when you look up each piece of play equipment, it'll list the fall zone. And I think I looked through Compans. I didn't go through Lee. Sean, can you comment to that? Our
Yes,
question
okay,
is
so-
why can yours fit and not hers? Not that we're calling her out like that, but we're just curious.
No, it's because we're installing at the engineered 8 foot height. So the fall zone of the swing will be 16 for the 8-foot height. That'll be 16 foot in front, 16 foot in back. So 32 foot there for the belts. And the bays are roughly 11.5 inches. So, or I'm sorry, 11.5 feet. That's plus the 12-foot fall zone. So it's going to be like, sorry, bear with me for just 1 second. It'll be about 32 by 35 will be the total use zone.
If I could speak to that, not to interrupt Sean, and only because I want to make sure that it's just that his equipment has a smaller use zone for the circular piece, and so he can accommodate the extra space for that. Nobody's doing anything, yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going on.
Nobody's doing anything wrong. No problem. Yeah.
When I was looking through all the pieces, when I was like, oh, what can we put there? Someone told me to look at the fall zone area because that's how you determine what else could be replaced. So if I wanted to replace it with a bobble rider or a butterfly or whatever, it's not going to fit if it needs 12 feet and all I have is 10.
So are those the only swing options you have? Is just those ones on there?
Unless we change the circular.
Unless I change the height.
Without changing the height? These are,
Changing the height.
this is our choice?
That's what the
Okay.
options are, yeah. I mean, I could swap out, you could put 2 baby seats instead of a toddler seat. You could do all, well, I don't know if you could do all belt seats. I'd have to look at the use zone again because every piece of equipment even changes a couple of inches, yeah. Yeah, I'd have to keep the, yeah, that's exactly what I can do at this point. I know it was such a, and you can see the Springer is overlapping slightly. Like there's, if you could see, when we look at CAD details and 2D site plans, there's like the critical red zone around the actual equipment itself. It's like you cannot cross this, and then you get a little bit of grace. The other thing we do is we make sure that we have a 6-inch buffer between the safety zone and the edge of the concrete curb that allows for any issues down, you know, and just, it's just a fail-safe.
So I'm going to before I give my opinion, does anyone have any other questions for our presenters? Okay, thank you. So my opinion is that I love the wheelchair roll-on surface because that's one of the reasons we picked if y'all have been to that baby park, it's got like a rocking pirate ship because you can roll a wheelchair on there. And so it's got a ramp and it rolls up and it's very wheelchair friendly. This flat roll your wheelchair on thing is very wheelchair friendly. You can roll your wheelchair on there. I even looked at wheelchair swings, which I thought were really cool, where you can actually roll the wheelchair on and lock it in and then it swings. I just don't know how much of in the maybe dozen times I've driven by the park, I don't know that I've ever actually seen a wheelchair on the thing. I just like that it's possible, if that makes sense.
But it also hasn't been accessible.
Sarah?
Right, and it hasn't been accessible before. It takes a while for people to realize it's there. So keeping in that theme, I think that would go really well in that area. But I really like the Mom and Me swing on that baby park because I feel like, so I completely love, excuse me everyone for just saying it, I like the Lee Park and Play swings and I like the Bumblebee, of course, but I like the other spinny thing, and all those things can't fit together. So my option here is that we still have another park, and I hate to say like one of them can go somewhere else, but literally one of them could go somewhere else. So if we decide, you know what, we're going to compromise the Mom and Me swing where we really wanted it, because when we said this, we want a spinning device. I mean, Lee Park and Play hit it. He gave us everything we asked for, right? We said we want a Mom and Me, we want a bucket, we want a belt. We got a better spinny thing, but we lost something because of that. And it's also a little bit more expensive. So we have to decide.
I was just
do we
going to
want
ask,
one or the other?
how much is Sean's proposal? I didn't see that.
65, 545, and then the compan. Oh, I should probably mention that We Build Fund did not submit another one, which is why we stopped talking about it. She didn't choose to make any changes, so it didn't have the things we wanted. So anyways, so for 78, we get the really cool wheelchair spinner on, but we lose the swings. For 65, we get the really great swings that we asked for, but we kind of lose the ability for the wheelchair to go on. So, and then of course, whenever we eventually, what we asked for was to replace the next part, because years ago, David told us it was time for it to go, and it's COVID happened and it's a little longer than we
Okay,
meant for it to go.
so we have those swings that are by the basketball court. Those need to be redone. Is that not an opportunity to put her spinny thing there?
Yes.
Because the other quote came in at 65 and our budget was 75. So we have a
Yes.
little bit left over and put it towards redoing that and making that one.
The problem is, if you notice, what's getting us on the cost on all of them is they're all at 55,000. It's that poured in play. So the surfacing is what costs the most. So it's really apples and apples for the poured in play, which is what we poured in place, which is what we were changing the park for anyway. Because, the bark gets stuck and stuff. So we wanted to make it all poured in play. It's cohesive with the other park that's already there. So yes.
Should we just, everybody take a vote, or the people that can vote, take a vote? Or how do
Yeah.
you want to go about it?
So can I?
Yeah, go ahead.
In my opinion, I really like the handicap spinning thing, because,
You're going to have to be more specific because they're both
well,
all
no, the
accessible.
one that Copan had, the flat
The
one.
compan, okay.
I mean, as a parent, I don't have any handicapped kids, but as a parent, if you have a handicapped kid, or even an elderly person maybe, that can go on there with their wheelchair, you don't have to take them out of the wheelchair. You can just put them on there and spin them. I think that's a big, big plus to me, because you don't see handicapped people there because it's inconvenient. I got to take them out of the chair or whatever else. So to me, that to me is a real big plus. The swings, I could care, either way, but for the handicapped people, I think that's a big, big plus.
For the old people, thanks.
For the old people, yeah. That's my opinion.
So and that means I have to make a decision. So if
Well-
you were going to choose one,
Well,
okay, go ahead.
this one is also over budget.
It is.
And we just kicked one for being over budget.
But slightly over budget.
Well, okay, but we got 75,000. Where are we getting the other 3 from?
We borrow it somewhere else. It's fine. I know it sounds horrible, but,
Well, then maybe we shouldn't have kicked the 85.
well, I think the reason we kicked the 85 is because we didn't like it $20,000 more than the other one.
Okay.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
But for, $10,000 more, maybe we like the ability to put an actual, the sit and spin versus I can roll my wheelchair on it, to me is a different concept.
Okay. Let's remember that we could get it from somewhere else when we start talking about Veterans Park.
Yes. So I guess my only concern is that so I'm thinking ahead in the future as well, because I know 5 years ago, David said the other park is next, and I keep thinking of what else could go there. And we could always put the Mom and Me swing at the other place, right? We've got a little bit more space. There's the extra set of swings that's already there that's probably out of code.
In the new part that we redid.
Yes.
Isn't there kind of that flattened area you could lay with your kid, like the little rounded one? And
The swing thing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's the one that I hate.
But you could,
Yeah. You
mommy,
can.
you can mommy and me that.
You could.
And you can put a lot of kids on that too.
Yeah. All right, so the finishing part of my thought is that whatever we don't choose, we can always choose somewhere else. That's all I have to say. So one is, so we've decided now we're choosing between B and D. Of course, it's B and D, and they sound very similar. So, okay, Bumblebee and Spinner. Okay, so Bumblebee has everything we asked for, but does not have this that we all love, that we're looking at right here. Okay, and then we're just gonna say Bumblebee, and then we're gonna call this the Spinner. Spinner meaning wheelchair accessible spinning thing. Okay. And do we want to do it private ballot, or is everyone okay to say it? It doesn't matter to me.
I have no problem.
All right, Serge, go for it.
Spinner.
Spinner B. Okay?
Spinner.
Spinner,
Spinner.
spinner,
Spinner.
spinner, bumblebee, spinner.
Do I vote?
Just tell us what you think.
The bumblebee.
Well, that's not helping me because I like the Bumblebee. I thought you were going to be, anyways, the spinner still wins.
So we need to make a motion. This is Cindy. I'd like to make a motion that we do the,
Can I ask one more thing before you do that?
Sure.
Can you go back to the spinners, swings? Yeah. I'd like to see another belt, because I know that was one thing we specifically said, is that we wanted 2 belts, 1 baby bucket. I mean, if we're gonna do that, I'd rather see it, the one that she had before where they can sit in it and strap in and push themselves to swing. The actual handicap seat. Does that make sense, where you could use your arms? But is that gonna change our price if we start switching up the swings? Because we can't go any higher.
She said because the height, this is our only choices.
I don't know if it would change the height of the,
Sarah, if I may, if you guys are willing to get away from the mommy and me swing, we have a ground level spinner as well. It'll be about a $7,000 difference. Now, I know we're not necessarily comparing apples to apples now, but I didn't realize the request was for a ground level spinner.
Okay, so
He says they have a ground spinner. Can you just Google Tots and Tykes ground spinner?
Yeah, if you want to go to Little Tykes commercial.
Little Tykes, sorry, not Tots and Tykes. $1,000.
It'd be higher.
It'd be 1,000 more than 65, so it'd be 66,
Oh, okay.
if you can find it,
Can we see it?
assuming it fits in the zone.
Sir, I want to make sure that you heard me correctly. It's a $7,000 difference.
Oh,
for the
7,000,
surface
I did
level.
not hear you correctly, it's 7,000.
Yeah, it puts you at 72,000.
72, got it.
So yeah, it's that one. They've got the blue squiggle, and then there's actually another one that's almost identical. If you look up in the top right corner of your screen there, yeah, with all the kiddos on there.
Yeah, same thing.
yeah, just that mess with the fall zones.
Does that interfere with your fall zones?
No, we've got space to get it in there.
Oh, see, there's the swing I was talking about. Y'all see that bottom left? This is completely unrelated, just don't mind my ADD. That bottom left picture right there where the wheelchair actually goes on the swing, I think that's really cool.
It's on sale.
Yeah. Of course it's on sale, 15% off. You don't have to click on it, I was just,
So the difference between the price of this and then the other spinner that you had on there
7,000 more,
is
so
7,000?
it would be 72,000. It would be 72,000 to add this one versus 78. We still get the Bumblebee, we still get the spinny thing, and we get all the swings that we wanted.
Sounds good to me.
Do we want to revote?
My
I was
select-
already Team Bumblebee, so my vote doesn't
My
change.
selection will remain the same.
Your selection will remain the same.
Mine also.
should we table this until we get the exact quote from Sean? Because we're talking in hypotheticals.
Yeah, can we do that?
Okay.
Or should we just go for it? You tell us, Katrina.
I would go for it.
I feel like you need to do this before the budget year ends.
Oh, that's true, which is this week. So Sean, you're pretty confident, I'm just gonna make sure, Sean, you're fairly confident that that fits without changing anything else. Anyways, it doesn't change
Oh,
my
yes,
vote,
ma'am.
so it doesn't matter. So 72,000 for very similar with what we asked for, 78,000 for compan.
So may I make
with
a
less
comment?
swings. Do what?
We had two presentations.
We did,
We compared apples to apples,
Yeah.
per se.
yeah,
And we had one that had these options, the other one had another option.
yeah.
Now we've got somebody changing an option
Sure.
to try to meet that option, and I don't like that.
I'm gonna stick with the spinner,
Okay,
the compound.
I'm sticking with my B.
Bumblebee.
Well, wait a minute, I haven't decided yet.
Stephanie, have you changed?
I really think that the fall zone is.
Well, I mean,
What do you think?
I don't mean to take up for him, but the reason why he put that spinner
For the
thing on
spinner?
us
We told him
last
that's what you
meeting,
wanted.
We loved that
Yeah,
thing. And
we
that's
loved
why
it. We
he
said
put
we
that
wanted
thing
it.
on
Mm-hmm.
So, in all due respect,
From the
that,
last meeting,
the last
he
meeting,
added that spinning machine,
he
because
was
that's what
talking
we
on
wanted.
this thing.
He's the one that brought us that idea.
And we were like, yeah.
We're like, we want a spinning
So,
thing that everyone can get
I mean, in
on.
his defense, like, we asked for it.
And so he left what we asked for, so.
You want-
If I could just add one thing.
Sure.
It's just, it comes down to, I think, you know, in 3 years from now, it's not gonna matter if you spent 65 or 85.
Right.
What's gonna matter is, what does this equipment look like?
Yep.
How has it stood the test of time? What sort of impact has it made on your operations, and your parks team in terms of repairs and things of that nature? What does the warranty look like? Compounds inclusive, or universal carousel is made of stainless steel, galvanized steel. Like, this thing is a $17,000 piece of equipment that I've discounted for you all because I really believe it is a beautiful piece that needs to be in almost any park that wants to be inclusive. So that would be just the last thing. We all do well. I have great competitors. We all are in this business to serve our communities. But just in terms of how I feel about compound and how I perceive this equipment, I think it's worth your while.
I just think that we have too many buckets on the other one, on the spinner one. I just like to see one of those seats switched out, not so many baby buckets. Because I see bigger kids over there, not always just babies. I know it's a baby park, but,
Right. I'm gonna leave it the way it
okay. 1, 2, 3, we didn't change. Sorry, Stephanie, what was your vote? Spinner or B? With modifications, B with modifications.
Yeah, I know, I'm still like, I don't like the 2 baby seats either.
I don't like this week.
But this is the baby park.
It is the baby park. But the babies are in this fence, and the bigger kids usually play on the outside.
I just think that the bigger kids are gonna be running out. If you've got the little ones, you're already in there with a fence, like corralled. This park, even though it's a baby park, is not the baby park of this for the big siblings that know they're not like a flight risk. So I'm probably gonna have to go with the Bumblebee on that. With the in-ground flush spinner.
And it's still under budget, 72.5. Dana?
I'm gonna stick with the spinner.
Spinner 4, Bumblebee 3. We need a motion.
I won't motion.
I'm not motioning either.
I'll motion. Make a motion that we accept the bid from Compound, the spinner, for $78,000.
This is Cindy, I second.
Motion seconded. All in favor? I'm 100% abstaining. 1, 2, 3, they still win, 4. 4 yeses, 3 abstains. Because we don't necessarily, I don't say, oh, you said no? Okay, all nays? 2 nays. I'm abstaining. Because I don't think it's bad, I don't want to say no, I'm just not going to say yes. Stephanie was no. Kyle was no.
Here for the nose.
Yep.
Chuck was yes. Oh, good deal.
Yes? Nay.
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 No.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
How about you're tired of seeing us?
We're going to see a lot more of her.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate the opportunity and consideration.
Thanks, Sean.
He said, thanks for your consideration.
Oh, he's not done. I still want that bumblebee. You have no idea.
But I'm confused on how we approve it when we haven't approved the budget, because it's over budget. I mean, I don't guess I understand like how we're just, we'll just find $3,000. The budgeter and the financial, like,
So the way the budget,
this stresses me out.
so the way the budget technically works,
It's a suggestion.
so the way the budget works is a suggestion. So we asked for $50,000 for movie in the park. We asked for $45,000 for a Christmas tree. You can always ask for more. They never say yes. City council never says yes. But say we have $75,000 in Christmas and we only use 70. And we only use 70. Well, the other 5,000 is already approved.
Okay, so 75 is approved.
So say we have 75,000 for Christmas in the park and we'll only spend 70. The other 5,000 is still park board money. If we want to use that 5,000 because it's there and put it towards the park, we just put it towards the park.
Personal financial plan.
No, I agree.
It doesn't,
I 100% agree with you. That's how also I feel.
you don't have money for it, you don't have it.
That's exactly how I feel. Yep.
Give them the card.
We'll figure it out later.
Okay, let's keep going.
Christmas decor. What you got? You ready, Katrina? Christmas decor?
Do we need to do the
Yeah.
funding for repair first?
We gotta go in order. We're on F.
Stephen, can you pull up the, oh, you did. Okay, never mind. Hey, there's some Christmas decorations on here. This Christmas Done Bright, we've ordered a lot from already, and they were running a sale, 15% off, but it ended on the 8th. But she said she would honor it if we wanted to, order something from them. We could still get that 15% discount. So I just wanted to go to the site. And can you click on, I don't know, I kind of wanted to share these with y'all so y'all could look at them too, but the Santa and the elves over there on the left. Scroll down, keep going. You're going to recognize a lot of these. We already have. Keep going. Okay, click on number 3. The elf kissing reindeer. I don't know, I thought that was kind of cute. And it's $7.50, and then 15% off on that.
The other style that we have?
It does.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like
And that was just,
$20 off.
yeah, that was just one of them.
That it looked like it would be really hard to put up. Really
No, that's what I was thinking. When I looked at all these, I thought storage. How easy is it going to be to storage? To store it, and are the kids going to be climbing on it? Because there's some stuff that's scattered, apart from each other. So you kind of have to, think about where it is. Okay, and go back to, did you like the dump truck? I'm just showing y'all. If y'all see something you like, go back to the Santa and Elves.
The dump truck was cool.
Bigfoot, the fishing one, the excavator,
Now, there's a whole bunch of them.
The camper.
yeah, or the guitar.
Cute.
So which one did y'all really like?
The
And
dump
click on
truck.
it. The dump truck, click on that then.
That's super cute.
How big is it?
Ooh, 12, but how big is it? Keep
6
going,
by 7.
scroll down,
6 foot tall.
please. Oh, 7 foot by 7 foot, so it's big. It's a big decoration.
Unfortunately.
What's our budget for this?
Yeah, that means, what do we have
They have
to spend?
$6,000 left, I think.
How much do we have left, Katrina?
It's this mythical amount.
There's 11,000 left in that account, but it's some of it'll go for your other, a few other Christmas things, whatever we can write off to city signs and decorations.
So we could probably
So you have
spend
a fair amount of
5.
budget. I mean, some of it will go to wrapping the tree and the repair of whatever, else all
What
that
was
goes.
can you go back?
The dump truck is super cute.
The dump truck's cute.
What do you want to go to, number 2?
The drummer's cool.
All these are cute. Look at that air. Look at that little kid trying to reach for the tree.
See, I like the lasso.
You like the way?
What was the fishing one? Did we see the price of the fisher? Where was the fishing?
I think that was on number 3. Yeah, page 3. Right there, Santa fishing on a dock.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well, he's not as bad as the dump truck, but
Yeah, he's 6'11". That's a big one, too.
He's a big one. He's as big as the dump truck.
I really like that.
That is super cute.
That is cute.
oh, it moves.
Yeah, they're most of them are animated.
So hopefully that would be one piece.
No, probably that big, it's probably into a couple pieces. But it makes it easier to store when you can break them down.
What was the
So,
guy trying to reach under the Christmas tree?
That's a big one now. That's 9 feet.
9 feet, almost 7. Again, they'll be broken down, for storage.
Go back again, please. I like the drumming, the rocket notes.
Yeah, that one's
They could do something really fun with that with the music.
No, that's not bad. Oh, look
Well,
at
we've
the
got the-
rockin' Rudy over here. See him down there?
Oh, down at the bottom? There's a whole group scene that, every year you could add to it, if you didn't want to,
Oh, that's super cute.
but there is a scene.
5,000, so I'm shocked.
There's a drummer.
Can we see Rockin' Rudy in the corner there?
He's singing, I think. Yeah.
Oh, stop it. That is so cute. Can we just get the whole family?
Yeah, we
We
can.
could get 2 or 3 reindeer.
That is so cute. How much was
So is it a band, is basically what it is, you put a band together?
How much was what?
The guitar stand.
Keep going. Oh, there's the set. Here's the set right there.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Christmas Rocks.
I like that.
That's super cute. And if you get it as a package, you get 15% off.
You get 15% off.
Extra 15%?
No matter what.
Oh, you do?
Y'all like that one?
Yes.
So that's like 300.
Do you get those words, Christmas rock?
I think so, yes.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Well, that's a pretty good
Yeah, go with that.
hack.
That's a good deal.
And then we're done.
Christmas
I thought we
Rocks.
had 5,000. I thought my budget was.
Well, we gotta pay for repairs and stuff too.
Oh, okay.
I still want
So you
Bigfoot.
get all
And wrapping
You
the
want
tree.
Bigfoot?
I like
I know,
Bigfoot.
Bigfoot.
There was another one on there too. Let's see. Go back to that one. Where was Bigfoot at? Maybe it's on 2. So we have the fireman down here. We got that last year.
I didn't see the Bigfoot.
No. I go back
Can you search
to
Bigfoot in the little search engine and see if it just comes up?
Coach Claus, that was kind of cute.
I remember seeing
At the very top.
Or was it Sasquatch or Bigfoot?
Sasquatch.
Sasquatch, probably.
There's Bigfoot right there. There he is.
Looks like a naked man.
There's one with a dinosaur too.
Ooh, I like dinosaurs.
Bigfoot does
I
not
don't
move though,
remember
right?
where it was under. Let's see. Deer and animals. Go under deer and animals. There's Bigfoot. So we have the dog in the doghouse. We have the hippo.
It's a sea monster.
With flames.
Right.
Fishing penguin next to the fishing.
I don't remember where he was, but.
Do you want to do the?
Go for new for 2024. Maybe, oh, the drummer, the trees.
Look at their color changing.
Hey, keep going. There he is.
T-Rex.
The Christmas T-Rex.
That's cute.
I like the drummer set and the,
And
or
you-
the band and the Fisher.
You click on T-Rex just to see how much. I don't remember how much it was. $7.45, and it's not animated.
8 foot by 6 foot, 6.5 foot.
The drum set. Uh-huh.
You get 4 things with that.
You get 4 things for $18.68 plus tax.
How about the alien?
The gingerbread's
We used to have a whole gingerbread set, and then I don't know what happened.
Or the tracker?
see, middle, yeah.
Yeah, that there.
I'm like pointing on it, like, you can see. Sold out. But there's no.
I thought something he liked.
Okay.
Sold out.
So can I ask a question on our Christmas lights? Do we have a theme at all in some of our lights or just random stuff?
Well, we used to have a theme. We had a group of gingerbreads, and we had like 9 characters because there were 9 people on the park board. And so we just set it up where there were 9 gingerbread characters at one time, and I don't know where they are or, you know, what's not working. I'd have to look into that. And then,
I like that windmill.
Town and
you what?
took it with it.
What's that?
Some of them left the board. And
Oh, yeah, uh-huh.
We replaced some though, like the seesaw, didn't we buy another one?
Hey, oh, thank you so
Hey,
much for all your.
Goodbye. Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
We're gonna miss you.
Hope to see you.
You miss her bad.
I think that I like the elk, the kissing the reindeer, the fishing Santa, and the Christmas rocks. If we hold it at that. The band? The band, yeah. Yeah, I like that. And if we get those ordered, then wait and see what it's gonna cost us for the tree and I mean, that's,
I think you better order everything you want now, if you want it on the ground by
oh,
this.
that's,
What were those 3, Cindy? The Christmas rock?
pardon?
The dinosaur?
was cute.
Yeah, he's cute.
Black dinosaur and Christmas rocks.
What, do we have a nativity scene?
We did, but we're not allowed to have it anymore.
It's
Because, you
not
know, Christmas isn't politically correct.
correct.
Sad but true.
We did.
We had it out, and we can still put it out, I
We
think.
put it out, but we put it on the fence of the neighbor next to us, so that it's not a reflection on what's in the park.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
But
have to have one person.
you can have your
She
own.
wasn't even a resident. of Haslet.
Look at this snow.
Oh, yeah, you're right, you're right.
I can't picture a nativity, but that doesn't.
No, we have it because the Baptist church donated it.
Also, Jesus is the reason.
Yeah.
That's why we have Christmas.
Can we see the girl catching snowflakes?
I'd have to
Oh, that's
dig it out.
Oh, she's cute. She reminds me of Charlie Brown.
Yeah, exactly.
It does have a Charlie Brown vibe.
Cute.
Okay, so we know we want the rock band set. That's $18.68 plus tax. And what else are we thinking we want to add?
I like this girl catching snowflake. This is kind of cute.
Girl catching snowflakes. I like the Fisher guy.
The fish.
I like the
And
fish.
the
And
All right, Serge, you give me 2. Here, let's do it this way. Serge, tell us 2 that you like.
the Christmas rock.
Oh, besides, we all pick
Oh.
Christmas rocks. Pick 2 that you like that are not Christmas rock. We all agreed on that one.
I gotta start over now.
Me, I like the Fisher and I like the snowflake girl.
I like the snowflake girl
Okay?
and
Santa fishing snowflake.
Yeah, the sand fishing is good too.
Okay, what about you, Cindy? That is really cool.
You guys are putting that up?
No.
No.
That's why I'm thinking about
If you could only pick two other things besides the rock band, which two would you pick? Okay, we'll come back to you. Stephanie, what are yours?
Dump truck.
Dump truck?
and Fishing Santa.
Dump truck, fishing Santa. Okay,
Do fishing and Bigfoot.
fishing and Bigfoot.
I like Bigfoot too.
You only get two. What are your two?
I'll go with the fishing
Okay,
and,
That's funny. The cat.
the dinosaur.
dinosaur. Okay.
I like fishing and the elf kissing the reindeer.
Oh, gosh. Okay, well, so the other thing we're getting is the fisher.
Okay.
Okay. And then we had elf kissing reindeer, we had Bigfoot, we had dinosaur, snowflake girl, and dump truck. And they all pretty much got one vote, except for snowflake got two. So I don't know that that's like all inclusive, but
I like the snowflake girl.
at least we all know that we wanted the fisher, so. How much is the fisher?
Christmas girl.
9:15.
$9.15?
9:15.
How much was the snowflake girl?
How much was the snowflake girl? Yeah, that'll make it easier. And so we get 15% off of that.
What was the other now was Bigfoot and
Bigfoot, dinosaur.
Dump truck and dinosaur.
dump truck.
I just think that the dump truck's gonna be really hard to put together and take apart. It's cool, yeah, I know, but
I mean, the fish.
it's hard enough putting the train together.
T-Rex would be a good option. That's a simple one. It's big.
Dinosaur, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go dinosaur.
Okay, so let's,
Now's the time to collect the volunteers for putting this up.
Oh, yeah. We'll be there.
I will be there.
okay, so now we're gonna do two more votes again of what we already picked. Elf kissing reindeer, dinosaur, Bigfoot, snowflake, or dump truck. Serge, what are your two of those? So we picked the rock band.
And the fishing
Okay,
Santa.
we picked the fishing Santa. Those were easy. And then everyone else gave their idea. So now we're gonna vote two times again for these things that are only these options that we're
And
selecting.
what are my options?
So your options are dump truck,
Okay.
snowflake girl,
Okay.
Bigfoot,
Okay.
dinosaur,
Oh.
and elf kissing reindeer.
Oh.
And we had a lot of options. Okay,
So I get 2 votes?
you get two votes again.
The
And then we're
T-Rex.
just gonna go with whatever one gets the most.
The T-Rex and the dump truck.
T-Rex and the dump truck. Okay.
T-Rex and girl catching snowflakes. Was that on the list?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Was he allowed to?
Go shopping.
Okay. I
like that
want
deer.
snowflake
See that deer?
girl and. Can I see the elf kissing reindeer?
It's on,
Yeah, like, can I see it? I don't even remember what it looks like.
it's on page 3.
I never saw Happy Camper. How much was he?
Oh, yeah, I remember it now.
You can't change your vote now.
So I didn't spend the money. I'm confused.
Snowflake. I don't know, dinosaur and elf kissing reindeer, they're my two here. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe. Can I see the dinosaur? Sorry. Oh, he's cute too.
See, to me, I think that would be cool because the kids are going to see this big
I'm
dinosaur.
gonna go dinosaur.
It's 8 feet tall.
Go for
Yeah.
it. What's your two?
Dino and snowflake.
Dinosaur or Bigfoot?
Dinosaur, Bigfoot,
Dump truck and dinosaur.
dump truck.
Oh,
and-
I want. Oh my, that's adorable.
that
Which
is
one?
really cute.
Oh, yeah, that is cute.
Okay, dinosaur.
I want that one. Look at that.
And snowflake girl.
Dinosaur, so dinosaur is how much?
745.
They're all roughly 750.
745 times 15, 111.
So it's about $100 off.
So 634 plus 26, 46. So we're at 3280 times, we'll just say 8.5 plus 3280. So we're at $35.50 for Rock Band Set, Fisherman Santa, and Dinosaur.
Right, that's good.
Sounds good.
And then Snowflake Girl can be next time?
I make a motion for the 3 you just said.
I don't have that written down, so I
Okay.
can just say the whole thing.
Rock Band Set.
Okay, Stephanie, motion, rock band set.
Dump truck.
Stop.
Just kidding. Fishing Santa
Fishing, Santa, okay,
and dinosaur.
and dinosaur.
Nice job.
Second,
I'll second. Chuck.
Chuck, thank you.
All in favor? None opposed?
Hey. And that's unusual, we don't.
Okay, before you move on to this item, here are the quotes for wrapping the tree. I only asked for the pecan tree, the big one, but they went ahead and provided us with, a full quote for everything else.
Awesome. Okay. Oh, we only have the one? Did the feed store give us one?
No, she said she cannot compete with that price.
Oh, okay. Well, that's because they did a really good job.
Well, that's because they have to rent their live and probably this place owns a live.
Right, because they have a tree cutting place, sure. So this is Price Right Professional Landscaping and Tree Service. They are, just because I know them, they are in Haslet. They live in Hugh White. Their family does. So the Christmas lights custom tree wrapping, which is installing the LED lights on a large pecan tree, which requires the lift and all of that thing. And they install the lights. Lights are stored and provided by the customer. So do we have the lights still? That would be the first question. Okay, so that's $1,936 for them to rent the lift, wrap the tree. I think they did it last year. They did a really good job.
Who did it last year? Is this who did it last year?
This is who did it last year. Because the feed store did it the first year that we did it, we paid like $5,000. Yeah, it looked good.
We might have paid overtime. I feel like they put up more lights, but.
So it's $1,936, and then they gave us an estimate for all the other little thingies, on the park, which we have done before, prior to last year,
Sure is why they quoted it.
when everybody who's here right now showed up in the park, and it took us 45 seconds to do all the lights. That normally takes us like 45 days.
It's 2 hours.
Took us 2 hours. Okay, fine. But normally it takes like Dana and her husband 8 hours. And I say, oh, look, I'm dizzy. Here, let me help you with this one. Here's the stapler. So last year was really great. So if everyone is saying that they want to come, we can save $39.60.
Oh, they're gonna put up all the other
They would put up all the other, not all the other stuff, just the tree wrappings
Oh, yeah.
for $39.60.
That adds another $2,000 to it, so
No.
1,900.
$1,900 is for the pecan tree only.
Right, 1,900. And then
$39.60 is additionally for the separate lights around the trees.
Are you sure?
no,
I'm sure.
how is that possible? Also new sidewalk face paint.
Okay, wait, I'm lying.
That's for everything.
I'm lying. This does say Christmas lights, custom Christmas lights, tree wrapping, install LED lights on one additional pecan tree.
So that's for all.
This quote is to use 45 strands of new lights. Full warranty, lights restored, Christmas lights, tree wrapping on 4 live oak trees. That's $1,400. And then the tree wrapping on 1 hackberry, 1 red cedar, and 1 pine tree, because they're a tree company. They know all the names of those trees. So this is not for the big tree, the large pecan tree. This is 1 additional pecan tree. This is 4 live oaks and 1 hackberry, 1 red cedar, and 1 pine, for those of you that know anything.
8 more trees.
That is 1, 2, 3, yes,
And that doesn't include the big one. So
correct.
all the other trees.
All the little tiny ones that you can wrap from the ground for 4,000. Yeah,
And we wrapped those last year ourselves?
we did.
No,
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah.
just the big one, because none of us need to fall off a forklift.
For this quote, is it the exact same amount of lights we had this past year? Is there
Can we
any
get
way
them to add
maybe we could
another?
add to it?
I mean, I'd rather pay another $100 and get another strand of lights and make it 2,000 instead of 1,936.
Because that's one thing we liked about the feed store, is we think they put more lights on.
Yeah, I feel like they went like a further into
Yeah, this is for 80 strands of lights. So I guess what I'm confused about is that this says that this quote is for 80 strands of new lights. And the lights are stored and provided by the customer. So which one is it? What we have plus 80?
No. It's just that they replace the lights if they're not working as a part of their deal
Okay.
to guarantee that, we have working lights.
We will replace strands of lights every year at no cost to the customer. This is only valid if they install the lights, well, obviously. So as long as we keep using them, they'll keep replacing our lights when they go out. But they've also given us the cheapest quote of anyone that we've gotten. Anyways.
They're less than half.
So can we-
So if the lights aren't out, are they gonna use that 80, or are they just gonna use what's out? How does that work?
This is for 80 new strands. I think there's more than 80 strands on the tree. So why are we storing and providing them if they're giving us, I'm confused by that quote.
Yeah, I think because we already had lights purchased when we first started getting them to quote it, that they will upkeep them. 'Cause
Okay.
last year, some strands of lights went out.
Right.
And they replaced them.
Okay. So as long as they're wrapping it, when they go out, they'll come back and replace it because they have the forklift and can go up there and
Do it all.
replace it. Sorry. Okay. But can we just ask them to add a little bit of extra light? Okay.
Then we have to vote on it again?
Yeah, we have to vote to pay for it. So the quote we have is $19.36 for 80 new strands of lights, plus whatever we had before. So I'll motion that we have Price Right wrap it for $19.36.
This surge, I'll
With an
second.
extension of adding an extra $100 if they will put an extra strand or two of lights so it looks more bright.
Just tell them since we're returning.
So we'll just say, yeah, we're
Throw in an extra strand on it.
one extra strand every year, like we do on the Easter
One
eggs.
strand's not very long.
Yeah, it might make a speck of a difference.
Yeah, it might go around twice.
And then this surge, second that.
Perfect. All in favor?
So the motion is Sarah, motion, Serge second to,
Accept their bid plus $100.
For a little extra lights, if they will.
just the pictometry quote.
Yes. No one opposed, I believe.
Nope.
Correct. Was that everybody?
Everyone was in favor, yes. Okay. Repair and maintenance, what do we need?
Well, the feed store wouldn't do any repairs until the end of October is when they're gonna, start taking them in. And so when you start pulling them out, but it's $35 a strand for repair. That's how much they charge.
Do we have any idea what needs to be fixed?
Mm-mm.
So is this just a hypothetical or possible?
Yeah, or we wait until next time.
Or do you need to buy the lights and the gold that you usually need to buy?
Oh, that's something different. That's with those Christmas trees and the rope lighting. We'd have to get those out and plug them in.
That's the one Dana splices herself.
I was talking about like the Christmas, some of the decorations we didn't put out from Christmas done bright. I'd like to try to find them, spend the money.
How much do we have? Throw in the dump truck.
You had 11,000 minus whatever y'all were, so
So,
minus 1,900 for that.
2,000.
So we could go ahead and make an emotion to spend the money, but we could wait until,
What's a realistic amount for repairs? 1,000?
we had two, so we had a deer, 1, 2, 3 deer,
For like
8 or 900 for the deer.
To spend towards
Yeah,
repairs.
that might be good.
All right, let's motion it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go pick up kids.
All right, Stephanie, motion for up to $1,500 in repairs of Christmas lights.
Sarah motion,
Stephanie,
Stephanie motion to spend up to 1,500 on
Christmas lighting repairs.
I'll second.
I'm sorry, okay, Matt. Kyle, Matthew, what is your?
Let's just get new name tags.
Okay, are you gonna purchase any road lights?
Well, let's do this one first.
No, we'll do this first.
Okay, all in favor?
Are y'all in favor?
Since it was your motion, yes, all in favor.
Of your motion?
You motioned, you seconded, I'm hoping you're in favor of it. Okay,
One other thing, do you know if James checked on the control box? Cool. All right, we're in business.
So what kind of a ballpark figure do you want for the road lights? 1,000?
Do you remember how much last year?
yeah, that sounds about right.
But you need red and white.
Red, white, green.
So let's get $600, I motion for
6, 8. I go at least 1,000
Yeah, call it
$1,000
I second.
for rolls of Christmas lights.
because I'm also going to get the
For the singing
connectors.
Christmas trees
you know,
and all the things that she needs from Amazon. Me.
Sarah, $1,000.
Second.
Stephanie, second. For the purchase of road lights. That way, Diane, we don't,
And parts to make the rope lights go together.
Okay, sounds good.
road light repair.
Yes. Okay. Motion, seconded, favored. All.
Now we're moving.
All right, we're done. Let's go.
All right. Discuss, consider, and act to make a recommendation to, oh, can I actually go back? Do we have to make a recommendation for that park to city council, or do we just get to vote on that? Because I don't want it to come to where tomorrow happens and we didn't vote on that, right? When we voted on the park earlier in the meeting, do we have to recommend that to council, or do we get to just pick? Because historically, we've recommended to council that this is the park they choose.
But didn't he tell you it's already in the budget?
So it's for us to choose, correct? That's what I thought I remembered. Okay, we're gonna stick with it the way it is. Okay, all right. Okay, discuss, consider, and act to make a recommendation to city council to publish the 2024 park survey on the city website to better understand the current parks and recreation trends and preferences of our residents. And that is the form that we already looked at and approved. We just have to recommend. So I, Sarah.
Last time it was just a review, so I went back.
I, Sarah, motion that we make a recommendation to the council.
To publish.
To publish the park survey on the website, as suggested.
I second.
All in favor? None opposed. Okay. Anyone have anything on the parks? What about our fountain? Did we get the fountain thing figured out? Okay. All right, so we have no one here to update us on anything else. You don't know anything, Stephen, do you? Because that's not really your, it's not really your department. He didn't give us. Okay. All right, well, there's that, since, you know.
And it's still going over there near the volleyball court?
Wherever it said on that map at the last meeting.
But remember, he was supposed to give us a clarification. We asked for the report on why that was and if that was the best place.
You said yes.
Oh,
I texted him in the meeting last time and told him that.
oh. Okay. Easter egg hunt is April the 12th of 2025. Memorial Day celebration is May 27th of 2024. 25, I mean. That should be corrected.
Yeah, you're right, that should be 25.
And then the Fireworks Independence Day event is June 27th of 2025. And do we have any future agenda items?
Just the Veterans Memorial Garden again.
Can we put Veterans Memorial Garden to consider, discuss, and act on restoration of the landscaping and weeding material and rocks
Okay, discuss, consider, and act to what?
to renovate the Memorial Garden?
Yeah, renovate it.
Do we have a speaker?
Yes, it did arrive.
Thank you.
We got it.
It just got here like yesterday. Or the day before,
there would be a smoke going up, you know, white smoke.
You know what, Sabina's on vacation this weekend I'm around babysitting.
Okay, got it. I'm just thrilled that that you ordered it, he told you to order it, and it's here.
And it belongs to the city, and any department can sign it out.
Nice.
Well, we're
Oh,
gonna
that's the
sign it
sound
out
system?
and
Yeah,
practice.
the little speaker box since ours is kind of.
Figure out how to use it.
That's right.
We'll have to call our friend back to show us how to do it since she's
Yeah.
moving.
We'll have a little-
Anything else? 7:50 adjourn. Next meeting is the October.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
I won't be here.
October something?
October 9th.
October 9th, what she said.
No, I'll be out of town for work.
Yeah, work.
Oh, are you?
For a day trip.
Likely excuse.
My cousin's been there. Oh, you got any bird hunting yet?
I am so sad. I'll
We
help
went
with
last
everything to be
weekend,
ready, but I'm moving on
and
until
they
the
were,
first of
the few
December.
that I saw were flying straight from the west in the afternoon, so I was looking
And
straight
I
into
looked at that more carefully.
What
I had
time
kids
are you
running
coming
around
back?
over there.
Yeah.
It is-
Because I just got back from Hawaii a couple hours ago and I still came to the park
No,
board
I got
meeting.
two.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'll find
You
out.
could cruise and still make it by 5 to walk.
This conference is no longer being recorded.
Yeah, usually around Thanksgiving.
First Saturday.
That'd be fun.